Hey, what's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent, coming at you with a little bit of energy, but not so much enthusiasm. See, I actually wanted to start the video with a little bit of optimism, but as I was doing a little bit of research, because I don't play Archeage, okay, but I was doing a little bit of research on the expansion, maybe I could take a different approach that everyone else was for this video. Everyone's so toxic and dramatic, for good reason, but I wanted to start it out and be like, hey guys, those who are interested, what's the featured content of this expansion? You know, let's run down the list of features and what's new, you know, what's going to happen, and can I get excited? Because this is a game that's been in the back of my brain for a while, and I've wanted to jump on it for a little bit. I've been asked to be sponsored by it to cover the game, and I just didn't want to, but was looking to see how it developed. That's all, okay? You know, games as a service, it's not always fun to jump in at launch day and hope it turns into something great. I was being weary, okay? And that has been fruitful for me for a number of games, such as Fallout 76 very recently. So I'm fine with being patient, even with online games. But I think I lost my patience for this game, which I guess I didn't have much in the first place, but yeah. So I wanted to start out talking about, you know, what's new with the expansion, but frankly, I just don't care to dig that deep. I don't know where this information is, but basically, anywhere where I look, just, you know, websites and literally the marketing email that they sent me, it just tells me like, oh, this is how much it costs. And that's also the root of evil for a lot of people. It's some drama, okay? Maybe it's not that spicy, to be honest, but let's talk about it. Okay, here's my thoughts and feelings, and here's the news on what's going on with Archeage Unchained. And just Archeage in general. I guess this is for both versions of the game, which, okay, a little history lesson, guys, friends and family. Archeage was this cool, open world pseudo sandboxy MMORPG. Had class mix and matching, had PvP, pirating, you could sail, there was like sea monsters and stuff. Some interesting faction versus faction content. You could even be put in jail, you know, if you wanted to be, I don't know, a red player. Regardless, it had some cool sandboxy mechanics with a little bit of Eastern flair. There were some interesting gimmicks, such as like the farming, the housing, growing your own mounts. It was weird. It was cute. It was quirky, but it was also super pay to win. Okay, and that kind of sucks in a PvP-focused game. So, being pay to win, a lot of people, well, just left. Hemorrhaged players dramatically, and whatever. You know, years went by. People always said, okay, no, make a boxed version. We just pay a flat price or subscription fee. Do something. We'll play that. We promise. The thing is you guys lied. Archeage Unchained came out, and it actually wasn't that popular, and now is very unpopular. Under 1,000 players on Steam, you know, regularly. Which, again, it's an open world, faction versus faction, PvP game. You want more players than that, especially when you're trying to sell, like in-game items. Not pay to win, supposedly, but you're trying to maintain, these servers without a subscription fee and without boxed DLCs. How is that going to work? Well, it doesn't. And so they changed their mind. Apparently, they promised that it would just be a boxed game and they would never sell DLCs or anything like that. But that's exactly what's happening. So it does cost money. Thing is, though, is it's not like they turned around and made the game uber pay to win, right? It is still a boxed game, and I don't know. I mean, they could be. As well, BDO was technically boxed even at $5 or $10, and that's pay to win. But it's like, it's not the end of the world, right? Well, honestly, guys, I'm gonna say that my opinion is different from a lot of the internet's opinion, but it kind of leads to the same result. Basically, I don't give a shit about this game, but it's not because the DLC's paid. You see, the thing is like, Overwatch is doing the same thing, RuneScape did the same thing, a bunch of free-to-play games did the same thing, namely Guild Wars 2 did the exact same thing, where they promised their monetization would be one thing. So that's really where the drama is they said they would never charge for DLCs. Okay, but a lot of these other games do it. Guild Wars 2 did it, and, it's like the reception's a little bit different. Though with RuneScapes, no, actually everyone hated that. That's why they had to make the old school RuneScape. So yeah, so it doesn't always work. In fact, I think it never really works. I think people do have like a negative reaction to it, but it's really easy to hate on Archeage. And that's a rant and ramble that maybe we'll save to the end of the video. But basically, Archeage was already on slippery, thin ice. What am I trying to say? I don't know. But it just wasn't, it wasn't very looked at favorably for the internet. Being previously pay to win, And everyone's always just cautiously walking around this game like, is it a good time to jump in? Or should I play it now? Should I buy it? You know, especially because you do have to purchase it now. Really, I just wish they made it free to play and then also not pay to win. You can be free to play and not pay to win. You can be buy to play and pay to win. I've seen that. Black Desert Online, right? So, but the thing is, I think what everyone has a problem really with is like, you know, just deep down in your subconscious, is that if this expansion was really worth it, then maybe we would be like, yeah, that's cool. Because in Guild Wars 2's case, it was like a totally different game, also an isolated game. It wasn't like a vertical progression game, I guess. I mean, kind of, but not really. That's more of like a, okay, you want this style of story. Same thing with Elder Scrolls Online, where, okay, you don't have to have the DLC, and you can even buy like micro DLCs, which I think is awesome. More people need to do that. But it's like little side adventures. Anyways, you know, people have boxed copies, expansions, and even subscription fees, and even cash ops and all that, you know, layered on top of each other to Final Fantasy, as well as World of Warcraft, and people have seemed okay with it, even though I hate it. Why can't Archeage get away with doing a buy-to-play expansion when they obviously need the money? And it's just because, really, like you guys will say, well, they lied. But really, it matters in so many different cases for so many different games. But for this reason, it's like you're not going to let them get away with it because it's just not good enough. The game's just not good enough. I think at its core, we always knew, regardless of pay to win, that it really just wasn't quite good enough. It just didn't quite have that star and sticking power. So when this game makes any misstep, and this goes for a lot of games, you know, like Fallout 76, etc., there's a lot of games that's just really easy to hate. And once people have that sort of rage kind of cycling through the internet, it's just really easy to knock it down. So this expansion could have been great. But anyways, here's my problem. It's not that they lied. My problem is that this expansion just has nobody excited, and it just has nothing exciting to it. Like, I thought I could do this video, do a little bit of research, and talk about, oh, this mechanic looks cool and that mechanic looks cool. But every single page I pull up, even from their marketing email, it's seriously, it's just, hey, this is how much it costs. This is how much it costs. Give us money. Look at all these little perks you can get. And they'll be like, okay, well, there's a new area and there's new quests, but there's nothing that instantaneously slaps you in the face, right? Like when Wrath of the Lich King was coming out. Oh, we're going to introduce a new concept, whole new class, and a whole new type of class. Hero class is Death Knight hype. You can, you know, you could be just like the Lich King, just ridiculous stuff. Elder Scrolls Online does the same thing. You know, you get your new professions, you get your new classes. Oh, Necromancer. Oh, by the way, if you do anything at all, you know, Necromancer spells in front of anybody, that's illegal. The whole world will try to kill you. That's wild. You know, we added in thievery and stuff like that. Guild Wars 2, look at these mounts. Most in-depth mount system on the planet. It's amazing. So when a game actually truly expands the gameplay to be something new and fresh, I think people, you know, oh, it's worth the money. And that is exactly what happened with Guild Wars 2. They said, if you guys don't remember, they actually said that they would never have a subscription fee, that the cash shop would just be cosmetics, and that as well, that there would be no expansions. And the living story is supposed to be temporary content and it's supposed to be a living, breathing world. And it was for the first year, and then they didn't make enough money. Archeage even more so, especially because of the type of game that it really was designed around being pay to win. It's just kind of, it's not working, and players aren't sticking. And there's not that money to fuel content to get people to stick. So this is kind of basically what this is the same case as when a lot of games go from free to play to buy to play, or vice versa, or whatever. Basically, people switch monetization schemes because they're not making enough money. And this is kind of a Hail Mary. Archeage, Unchained, they just need more money from the hardcore players, so they just want to, you know, another lump sum. How much does this actually cost by the way? So Archeage Unchained, you can actually buy it for like 16 bucks, but it's like complicated, I think, or it's like 20 bucks. Oh yeah, it's 20 bucks. It's weird. There's like a bunch of different versions that you can buy. I guess right now it's technically on sale. I don't know. It's really dumb. This all seems like so money hungry, but yeah, you can buy the game for 20 bucks right now. Neat. Game access, and then you get some credits. Cool, for in-game stuff. You can spend more. You know, there's other packages up to like 50 bucks, and you get dances, I guess costumes, you know, things like that. You get a glider skin. Neat, I guess. But then you have to buy separately the expansion, which is not too uncommon. You know, a lot of games, you do that. I personally hate it. But, so you do have to buy the expansion, which they did lie about. And so now, they're being pretty greedy. But the expansion is $16, so you get DLC access, boom, 16 bucks. If you pre-order and stuff, buy right now, you get some pre-order bonuses and you get some credits. I don't know, so altogether though, I guess, the cheapest to play the full game is going to be $20 plus $16, so $36. Which is not that much, isn't it? Is that too much to ask? And I think the thing is yeah, it's too much to ask when this game used to be free to play, even though it was pay to win. And I mean, look at what's even coming with this. In fact, like, again, like every page, it's really just so gimmicky, and I don't know, it just screams marketing speak, like breathtaking landscapes. Who cares? Who cares? Why is there that kind of wording there? And a lot of this, like, okay, wait, dive into the new tiers of Aranor. What does that even mean? There's raid boss gear, new raid boss gear. So I guess, I don't know. Are they changing the way that they do the game entirely? Is it going to be kind of like a World of Warcraft kind of thing? Guild Wars 2, again, did the same thing. Their newest expansion was raid focused. So is it going to be more vertical style gameplay? Who fucking knows? I don't know, because just nothing about it is exciting. Their trailers are kind of garbage, to be honest. Their YouTube channel, they like all in all, the publishing, they just don't have money. They don't have money to make new content. I honestly think that they're just gonna, this is just a Hail Mary to make some money. And this is probably going to be a very low quality expansion. Where in the case of Guild Wars 2, it was a genuine change of heart, and each expansion has been very different. And I think some games can make it work, whether you agree with it or not. The thing is normally when people don't agree with something, it's like, well, I can see the other side. And you can see what the game is trying to do, and it's trying to do something. And I don't know, Archeage has just really fallen flat for me. And I feel like this was kind of a sad attempt. Kind of a sad attempt. And to me, I mean, I never jumped on board, even though I would have been given a free key, because I really like free-to-play, and I really hate the idea of a game being free-to-play and then being buy-to-play, and then basically just riding off of the press of, oh, it has to be like this so it's not pay-to-win. That's a cancerous mindset. I really hate that. So Garden of the Gods, this new expansion, I don't even care. I don't even think did I mention the expansion name yet? It's called Garden of the Gods. I don't care. I love the art of this game. Oh my god, the art of this game is great. I actually like the music, and I think that, again, just like what everyone else would say, it had potential. But my problem is that I don't think that this game's lived up to the potential whatsoever, and it really needed much stronger publishing and so, like, you know, a community manager that really knew how to handle this game, or maybe they just weren't given power. I really wish there was more events, and I wish there was more special stuff going on. Like, some games have esports, some games obviously do have those raid or vertical style expansions. I feel like there's a lot they could have done to promote this game, and even when their newest expansion, it seems like the thing that they're promoting the most is how much it costs. It's really weak. That's it. I mean, I don't know how much more I can ramble about this, but basically, man, there's really no feature set to talk about. Unless there is, and I have to dig for it, but I'm not going to because I don't care. And, you know, it's like, okay, how about this? Let's leave it on a high note. Your adventures, your times, please leave in the comments below. You know, what did you do in Archeage that was unique and you wish more games did? Because I know there's a lot of features that Archeage has that has not been replicated. So, you know, what do you want from Archeage to come to an MMO, and what were the times that you had with that? I had actually kind of memorable experiences ranching mounts, like, you know, growing your mount, and the early leveling experience was kind of interesting. You know, just discovering the world and its unique mechanics. I liked it. It was interesting, but not interesting enough for me to participate in pay to win or spend $30 or more, or even try to take it seriously. Because I honestly don't think that the people in charge of Archeage take it seriously. It really feels, as unique as some of the features are, it really seems like a cash grab. That's, you know, buy to play or the pay to win version. I'm not really ready for that. MMOs cost too much money, and I think they know that. They know they can get away with it. Except if you happen to have a lot of negative press surrounding you and people feel like it's okay to, you know, bash you, then you're shit out of luck. So Archeage, what they're doing is not the most evil thing. It really isn't the most evil thing. It's not even the most expensive game, but it's not worth it anyway. It's just not fucking worth it. I was even debating, should I even do this video, which is why I'm a little late. So there's that, guys. That's my thoughts and feelings. You know, it's just not worth the time and money. And I think a lot of us know it. But I do want to, at the end, you know, end capping the video, I do want to point out the hypocrisy here, actually, is a lot of you guys just watch one video, or, you know, you read something on Reddit or on Twitter, and then you just regurgitate that over and over again, and that feeling and that emotion, and it kind of festers inside of you, and basically it gets out of proportion. And really, this game, maybe it does actually deserve some attention. Honestly, maybe we should have talked about it more. The publisher should have promoted it more, to be honest. But maybe we should have given this game more care, because they took something that was pay to win and they answered our call, our prayers, I guess. They actually gave us what we wanted, a non-pay to win version. Whether it was worth the money or not, I don't know. But, you know, they did that. Same thing when RuneScape actually made old school RuneScape. Or, you know, when Albion went free to play. Stuff like that. Like, they gave us what we wanted and it worked out. And then you have other games that, you know, don't do any, like World of Warcraft, right? There really should be way more hate on, I think, mainly Final Fantasy XIV. Is Final Fantasy XIV really such an online experience to be worth the monthly subscription? You got to buy the expansions and the base. It's so fucking expensive, and it doesn't quite have the living, breathing world that something like PlanetSide has, or debatably even Guild Wars 2 or Elder Scrolls Online. It just doesn't feel as MMO-ish, right? So, you know, where's the hate on that game? Well, you're not allowed to hate Final Fantasy XIV. But this game, which is really doing something very lukewarm, you know, it's just getting tons of drama. Basically, nobody's reporting on this expansion. They're just reporting on the drama, which is what I'm doing right now, too. Then again, it's not our fault. It's just not that exciting. But I'm just saying, it's like a little, I don't know. It's a little sad that that's how things work on the internet. So that's it, guys. That's all my thoughts and feelings. That's it. Totally out. I've spit it out. I'm done. And that's what I think about Archeage Unchained. Do you think I should play Archeage Unchained or not? Probably not. But, you know, what were the times that you had? Did you have fun? Let me know. But I hope you had fun with this video. And all I can ask is you keep the hype alive. My name is Skylent, and I will see you again next time.